Now let us have a look at the array functions in PHP. I have written the PHP script within an HTML file. That is, I have embedded my PHP script in an HTML code. So within the body tag of the HTML code, my PHP script begins. This is the opening PHP tag. Now for each function of the array, I have opened a PHP script and closed the PHP script tag. So here you can see this is the opening tag and this is the closing tag. As soon as I close the PHP script tag, I have made use of the BR tag, which is part of the HTML code. So whenever I wish to write HTML code, I have to close my PHP script and after that I have to write the HTML code. Again, I open the script tag, I perform the function and close it. Now we can see here our first function is count. This count function has one parameter, that is it takes the array name. Now this function returns us the number of elements that are present in the array. So we can see here we have an array called $cars which is having three values. So when I say count of $cars, it is going to count the number of values that are present in an array and return us the value. Let us try to execute this. Here is the first output. We have only three elements in our array. So the count is displayed as 3. The next function we have is array underscore keys. This function returns the keys that are present in our array. It fetches only the key parts. Now if you see here in this array, this is an associative array. So this is the name that is given to this value. So this is said to be the key and this is the value. This is a key value pair. So array keys is going to fetch only the key parts. So which are the key parts here? It is first, last and age. So this function array keys also takes one parameter, that is name of the array. Now I have made use of print r here, so it is displayed properly on the browser. Let us check the output here. We should be getting the output first, last and age. So this is the second function. You can see here it has given us the keys. This is the key first, this is the key last and this is the key age. Now it has also given us the indexes at what it is present. At 0 index our first key is present, at index 1 our second key is present, and at index 2 our third key age is present. The next function we have is array explode. Here is the function. This function takes two parameters. Now first of all, let us understand what this function does. The explode function of the array is going to break our string and convert it into an array. Now I have declared here $str as a string and I have stored this entire string in this variable. Now this explode function is going to help us to convert this string into an array. So at index 0 we will be having hello, at index 1 we shall have world, at index 2 it's, and so on. Now the two parameters that this function takes is, the first parameter is the separator that we want. So I am telling this function to break this string into an array from the blank spaces that are present here, comma, the second parameter is the string which you want to break into an array. Let us see the output of this. So this is the third function, that is explode. So now here you can see it is broken into an indexed array. At the index 0 we have hello, at index 1 we have world, at index 2 it's, at index 3 we have a, at index 4 beautiful, and at index 5 we have day. Now suppose instead of separating it with the blank spaces, we can see that we have two full stops here. So let us try changing this. Instead of the blank space, I will give a full stop, and I will tell you break this string into an array from the full stop. So let us refresh this. So now you can see our array contains only two values. Hello at index 0, it has hello world. At index 1, it has its a beautiful day. And at index 2, it is displaying the blank space. So this is how the array explode function works. Now let us see the third one, that is array implode. The implode function does the reverse of array explode, that is it converts our array into a string. So here we have stored this array in the variable $arr. Now I'm imploding it, saying with this blank space, that is it also takes two parameters, that is a separator and the variable array which is storing the values. So now if I have to execute this, so here you can see our array is converted into a string which is separated by spaces. So now instead of separating it, separating each of these with spaces, I will say separate it with a exclamation mark. Let us refresh this. So here you can see after each word an exclamation is present, but still it is in the form of a string. So these are some of the array functions. The next thing that we have is understanding which are the different PHP errors. We have four types: warning error, notice error, parse error, and a fatal error. First one, warning error. This does not stop a program from execution, but sometimes can cause problems in the future if at all this error is ignored. To understand this, sometimes assume that we have created two separate files. One is an HTML file and one is a PHP file. Now I want to include this PHP file in the HTML file through an external link. So if I specify the name wrongly, so it is going to come up with a warning that is called as a warning error. Second type, notice error. This is also similar to warning error, that is it does not stop the program execution. Now to understand this, we'll understand it with the help of an example. Suppose I have declared a variable $a and I have stored the value GCC in the variable, but while echoing it, instead of making use of $a, I make use of $b. So this is called as a notice error. The third type we have is a parse error. So in the parse error, it is the easiest one, that is the syntax errors, missing of a bracket or giving a semicolon, missing out commas, wrong closing of square brackets. So these are all syntax errors. The fourth one, it is a fatal error. So this is the most critical error which will cause your entire application or cause your entire program to crash down. So these are the four types of errors that we encounter in PHP.